And welcome back to Heywood and Stuff. For those of you that have already subscribed, you know I love you. And for those newbies, I'm about to. This is the second episode of 10 in 5. The topic is what I don't miss about being in a toxic relationship. This is for anyone who's been in a relationship that was toxic, or anyone who's just gotten out of one, or anyone who may think they're in one. It may also give insights to people that feel that they're in a toxic friendship or at the fucking shop or a family member. Toxic relationships don't necessarily have to be partnerships. It's not just your lover. It could be your brother. Hit the clock. One thing that I don't miss about being in a toxic relationship is second guessing if I'm a good person. And so often when you're in a toxic relationship, that they'll make you doubt yourself. Is that my fault? Is that something I've done? Am I a bad person? I don't miss being controlled. Toxic people often have a habit of controlling you. It comes from insecurity, and I don't miss being in such a situation. I do not miss my self-esteem and self-worth being absolutely shot to shit. Toxic people often figure out ways to control you, and you feel as if you're not worthy of their love. That gaslighting is quite a tactic. It can leave you feeling pretty dried up and not good here. Another thing that I don't miss is constantly looking for approval. Is this okay? Am I allowed to do that? Am I going to get in trouble? Always having to make sure that you don't get in trouble. Turn into rage if you don't do what they expect them to. Certain toxic people have a habit of thinking that they're better than everyone else. You can often see this with people that have narcissistic personality disorder. They have this grandiose vibe about themselves, and so I don't miss being belittled and having my intelligence insulted. They will often talk down to you and act as if you're a fool. The worst part about this is that after a lot of chipping away at your self-esteem, you can start to believe this bullshit. Don't miss that. I don't miss accepting actions and reactions and having my boundaries crossed that normally I wouldn't do. Shall I say it again? I don't miss accepting actions and reactions and having my boundaries crossed that normally I wouldn't do. Toxic people can essentially instill a lot of fear into you, and so what normally you would say no to, after some time you'll just accept it, whether to avoid drama or because your self-esteem is so low that you haven't got the fight in anymore to respect yourself. It's something that does happen, and if it is happening to you, it's a red flag. This kind of follows from the last one, but I don't miss suppressing my truth. This basically means that, we all have an internal dialogue, and we all have a belief system, and we all have our own values, but you can have that taken away from you, or you could push that so far down that you're not even sure it exists anymore, and by doing so, losing yourself and losing your truth, and ultimately losing who you are. Your identity can be taken away from you in a toxic relationship. I don't miss feeling trapped and unable to get out of a relationship that I know at my core is not healthy for me or serving me or good for me. A lot of people often find that by the time they figured out that they're in a toxic, unhealthy relationship and they want to do something about it, it can be too late. Losing yourself, losing your truth, losing your confidence all contributes to it being unbearably difficult to leave a relationship, regardless of how toxic you may now realize it is. It's a fucker. This is also something that some toxic people definitely prey upon. They will make you feel so small and weak that you will never be able to leave. And finally, the last one is I don't miss feeling physically sick from being in a relationship that is toxic. Being in a toxic relationship doesn't just take a toll psychologically and spiritually, but it can most definitely take a toll physically. It is your body's sign telling you something is wrong. Something needs to change. And that was my 10 and 5. Just worth noting that I want to say thank you to my beautiful partner, Briggy, who helped me conjure up these 10 aspects of toxic relationships that we don't miss. We've both had our fair share. Let me know if there was anything that I missed. I would love to see the other things. I want to read something where I go, oh yeah, shit, that's a good one. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Mwah.